Backstage.
Yeah, nigga. Fake ass nigga.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm about it. UPK, soup solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walk around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the sorrow and I show her. She could never get a piece home. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass touring. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bitch muggin'. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, too solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. Oh, you a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. You're scoring off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Command a general get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I stalk his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close comeback. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn whole ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Backstage.
Seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down to ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round here spit shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the stand and tell. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love you? Treat your kids like my kids, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the most high. He said, fuck that shit, he trying to sell another pie. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego on the shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the Isupk, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east, pray alive. I see seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
You ever pump a pack with a snake by your side? Yes, I did. See a man reach out to God before he died? Yes, I did. I know the Lord forgive us for these sins, but I'm starting to think the kingdom of heaven is for these kids. I told my daughter, there's one man in your bed, I won't stand for less. For my son, I hit your head on that fragile legs. I lost some niggas to that dope, I lost niggas to the feds. Remember John'll try to stick me for that cheese on that bread, yeah, I was thuggin' with Lucky, that nigga left me for dead. Endured to the end, cause I listened to what was said. Mother told me she loved me when she was sick up in the bed. I was running them streets, but the truth made me a man. Shit, I don't really speak, cause she'll never understand. That's why I ain't even tell her about these voices in my head. I'm still trying to manage my anger like Uncle Craig.
I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on caucasian. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, patient like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Hate Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate. African soul niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under your HARLEM, ain't he murdered by them and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priests bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game. Put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. There's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we could never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wasn't with us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Wave that one west, cover out that window. Let them know I'm coming with my kinfolk. Red letter, ski mask on, but I don't really ski though. Bullets ball head like they going through chemo. I slide on them Tony Hawk type. Better get your thoughts right. Jumping high on walls, this ain't Fortnite. Red dot, it kinda make it way too easy for a headshot. I put you under wing, it turned into a headlock. I told my niggas think it's time to put the pressure on. You bring that paper, told her throw a little extra on. We go to war and see a murder one, you murder two, it ain't the same degree. Better up into a capital offense for them dollars, but it really don't make sense. Guns behind tents with some liquor and we riding down the freeway. Slide on them, spin the block and replay, so we slide again.
You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Oh, you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fire. If they ain't one of mine, so they ain't tired. Oh, you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide
We got this mapped out. Niggas selling wolf tickets, not living what they rap out. Said he gon' ride, too emotional, he'll crash out. And I ain't boxing, wrestle with this cannon, you gon' tap out. 100 troopers in the building, turn this shit into a blackout. We both come from the mother, why you tryin' to do me dirty? He cut himself off, we let him rock, he ain't worthy. You playing ball courts, throwing number like a jersey. While niggas folded like origami, I kept it sturdy. Told my son he got the blood of a king, he ain't got a word. They gon' cross you like a Christian, it's better to learn this early. They be watching, trying to copy, asking questions, trying to learn me. I ain't in the back and forth if the business don't concern me. Catch the wrath from my anger, I be trying to give a mercy. Ask the angels keep me covered, I'ma slide, they might have heard me. They playing with that fire, get too close, it's gonna burn me. We ain't never looking back, moving forward, it's the journey.
You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Oh, you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fire. If they ain't one of mine, so they ain't tired. Oh, you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, little nigga, I'm made. All these rappers soft, claim they all cut from a hold of a clove. I'm the one with the blade. Untamed gorilla, keep your hands out the cage. I be standing on they neck, one west to the grave. You can keep your mercy, nigga, I ain't worried. Revenge call me buddy love, I call her Miss Purdy. Nigga try to blitz, I'm going 730. I'ma shake the whole room like Big Shirty. Nigga say one war, it's whatever, buddy. Glock fully loaded, you know these letters bloody. Come for me, you a bitch, homie. Boy, I'm realer than your big homie. 144, yeah, the one and only. And you know I keep this blick on me. Body slam you like Mick Foley. I got that black out on my arm, play that bitch like a violin. Said me try me once, nigga, try again. You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Oh, you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fire. If they ain't one of mine, so they ain't tired. Oh, you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again.
get this joint. Let me get this joint. First star, I'm really that nigga. Truth be told, I'm a noble figure. Local niggas, they be so offended. One Westward, this global business.
Hold on, let me ask y'all a question. All y'all niggas in the same school and all that?
Hell, fuck yeah.
So none of y'all niggas smoke weed?
Fuck no.
Don't fold if you say you win it. I was molded to it, now fit it. Can't control, this the highest limit. Killer shit, but this an honest living. Gotta get it, ain't no time for wishing. The time is now, better pay attention. In my city, you can feel the tension. A terror squad, no pun intended. This ain't for you, but I recommend it. They know we coming, better clear the entrance. Shit get deep, but I keep digging. This how I look when you keep winning. Overtime, I had to take the hint. Shine bright, sit behind the tents. One-on-one, I ain't in the mix. Ain't what you thought, better get a glimpse. Came up from a pedal bike. Press the brakes, I ain't never liked. Whole time I was taking risks. They don't play with me cause they know I'm nice. Round form, I ain't even started. Transform, I ain't here to bargain. You on watch, better move with caution. Chains on me, I don't do this often. No error, this shit flawless. Reach for it, you become a target. It ain't worth it, better keep walking. All I know is survival. Want the head of my rival. This about to go viral. I say the word, then it's final. To get the moving like pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. This about to go viral. Say the word, then it's final. Get the moving like pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. Don't wanna hear all that street shit. Me and my niggas on defense. Wonder who I was in my past life. Don't even matter, that peep this. Remember the days when I was a trooper. Stay on the path and it won't confuse you. Bars all, I'm the one to do it. I roll on eights like a flight maneuver. Try to trick me, I ain't never moving. Camouflage, I can blend into it. They better ride, I don't do the Ubers. Let them talk, I don't hear the rumors. A little suffer ain't really nothing. The way I'm stomping, better play the trumpet. You see me coming, better get the running. If they see me coming, better get the running. You ain't never seen it, you ain't never witnessed, you ain't never noticed, you ain't never focused. I was really waiting, I was really training. Sick and tired of being patient. I ain't never doubted, this was in the making. Use what I got.
We up here in headquarters, day 2.
That's right.
Day 2 of Purim. We're back here right where we left off yesterday. Yesterday, we read the entire book of Esther, and we gave the basic rundown. So, whoever was joining us, shall we summarize?
Oh, definitely.
We went last time at Isupk headquarters. So Esther is set in Persian Empire. King Ahasuerus was running it. It's set in Shushan Palace, which is the capital city. And they came back to a huge banquet. How long did this feast last? They were feasting for about 180 days. The king is a goofy type of dude. They were all drinking. He was getting drunk, and he called his wife, Queen Vashti, out to parade her in front of his friends, his whoever. And she said no. And so everybody got in his ear. It's like, you can't have the queen disobeying you. If the queen disobeys the king, what's the regular guy? How's he gonna keep his wife in check?
On that note, you had recently a month ago, I wouldn't say the queen, but the whatever the woman is, that's the wife of the French president. I want to forget the video with her slapping him.
Oh yeah,
right. From that point, all the men that's in the them high-ranking men in the military and all that, they the reports say that they're not respecting the French president Macron anymore, and they respect the Russian president Putin more. But he would never. I don't think he even shows his wife.
I'm about to say
doesn't even have a wife. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
He shows himself on horseback, hunting and wrestling bears. He would never allow himself to be emasculated,
ridiculed in public. You know what I mean? So if you can get that video, similar thing. You know what I mean? And this goes right along with Commander Johanna saying, according to Ezekiel, right, that France is gonna join sides with them Russians. maybe France is gonna join sides with the Russians as soon as he gets out, right? Because now you got and then after maybe the top men in their system and their armies not respecting him, but they're all saluting Russian President Putin when he arrived in France. I mean, so might be a thing to look for. All right. So whenever you're ready.
So here he goes. Okay.
Oh, see the damn. Pow.
Like nothing.
What's the thing that the sisters in the world say to us? You bum ass nigga. You broke ass.
And that's how she doing.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And if that happens on the plane, you can imagine what it's like. And I'm sure everybody that saw this said the same thing to themselves. That's how she does it on a plane, on a presidential flight. You can imagine what it's like behind closed doors.
Right. You know what I mean? So man can't control his woman. How well is he really running the country? All right. So they're going to do a similar thing right here in the book of Esther, where the king, Ahasuerus, right, who is, I believe that's king, that's Xerxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which one. I know there's a first and a third. Xerxes the first, right? He's feeling embarrassed in a very similar way. You know what I mean? And they're saying like, yo, you can't suffer that like how Macron will suffer that here in France now. You can't do. You might lose the respect of the people if you allow yourself to be embarrassed like this by your wife. You know what you gotta do? We got to get a PR team response. Okay, the PR team says, get another wife, get another one, right then and there. Right, go ahead.
Absolutely. So that's what they said. Get rid of Vashti and find a new wife. So he got rid of Vashti on the spot, and he sent out word throughout the empire to find a new queen.
Oh, as a matter of fact, right on this, coming up to this part right here in history, right? Mm-hmm. This is the part where the brothers are coming back from the war with the 300 Spartans. Mm-hmm. All right, so Xerxes was the ruler that led the Israelites. That we went out 5,000. No, Slakia. We left out 500,000, 500,000, against them 300 Edomites in the Battle of Thermopylae. All right, it's what you see in the movie 300 with the Spartans. Right, them Edomites who was blessed with the sword decimated us. You see what I'm saying? Hacked us down. We left out with Xerxes 500,000. We came back 5,000. We lost the tribe of Dan in that fight. The bulk of the tribe of Dan in that fight. Upon going back to what empire is this? The Persian Empire. On the way back to Persia, this is where the book of Esther begins, right here. Okay, no problem. Go ahead.
And that's just to add a little bit of historical context on that. This is about 50 to 70 years after Daniel. So we are in the heart of our captivity in this empire. Daniel, even in the beginning of Daniel, he has a vision where he's in this city, Shushan.
Matter of fact, Panathob, if you can get me the Zondervans over there, bro. The big Zondervans there, so we in Shushan, right?
So in Shushan, Daniel even had a vision where Daniel was in the other side of the empire. Because as you read in the beginning, it tells you this empire stretched from India to Ethiopia. This was massive. And the city of Shushan is today it's in Iran. It's a city called Shush to this day. It's right in the heart of Iran, right there on the Persian Gulf.
Oh, we can't share that map on there, right? We definitely would try. Definitely want to, right?
Pull this map up.
So India to Ethiopia, 127 provinces, right? These were the big players at the time, like the white man in America is a big player today. All right, got a long, a wide stretch of and control over, major parts of the earth. All right, just like America today.
So here we go. Share this all right. To the wide world. This Susa of Shushan is right there in that orange part labeled Elon. And this was, you can see on this map where the Persians were, where the Medes were, this city was right there. It's not. There's Syria. It's right on the Persian Gulf. So if you were to zoom out a little bit,
say again. That's a Elam. Okay, Elam. Okay, Persian Gulf means. Okay, so that's all in the lower part of Iran.
Right. So if you, I type in Persian Gulf, and all you see is billowing smoke and bombs dropping everywhere.
Right. All you see is the prophecies that Commander Johanna told us about some 10, 12, 16 years ago. Right, come to pass. Right?
This is a beautiful time, and that's, as we were saying yesterday, that's what's so beautiful about this book and this story and everything that went on, is it connects so heavily to today and this captivity that we're in, wanting and praying and waiting on our enemies to fall.
I got right here, in the meantime, while you're looking for that, I got in the Zondervan's Victoria Bible Dictionary, Ahasuerus, right, representing the Persian Khashayar, which in Greek became Xerxes, right? Oh, that's the name in Persian. Khashayar, that's Ahasuerus, right? Right? In the Greek. So when they call him Xerxes, that's just the Greek way of them calling his name. He's the father of Darius the Mede, that's mentioned in the book of Daniels. That's interesting. That's crazy, right? Okay. Go ahead, Maisha.
You said he was the father?
He's the father of Darius the Mede. Okay. So when we start reading about them, the Medes, and you got Darius running around doing, creating hell on everybody, right? Ahasuerus is apparently the father of Darius.
Okay, interesting. So here's the map of the whole region. This is a map that came up in the news right now, so that everybody can see where all the missiles are going. I'll share this on the screen for everybody.
So when we look on the news and we're looking at Iranians being blown to hell by the Edomites, and likewise Iran shooting back, you're looking at the land of where all the Book of Esther was happening at. What a coincidence! What a coincidence that happened around this time. Well, really, the Israelis chose this time. They chose this time for Trump. You know what I mean? So, they think they're the Jews. You know what I mean? So the hieroglyphs don't look like them, but they believe they're the Jews. They control archaeology, right? To see what people see and what people don't see, and they cover it up. It's a known fact that they cover up things by the Smithsonian. So things that would say, hey, these people are all black, but you're white. You will never see that because they are filtering out what you can and can't see. All right. What they do is show you some coins, and they show you some rocks, and they show you some cloth. But there's pictures and images out there of our existence around the world, and they filter that. All right, for the sake of the public. All right, to not be swayed from thinking that they're the real Jews and have rights in this land right here. All right. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So this, you can see right underneath Iran in this map, that's Persian Gulf, and right on top of the Gulf is this city Shushan that was the ancient capital of the empire, where everything in this story is happening.
That's crazy. To this day, they still call it the Persian Gulf. To let you know, hey, this is where Persia was. The Persia in the Bible that people think is not real and it's fake and it doesn't exist. It's all a fairy tale. Well, the Book of Esther is about Persia.
They call themselves Persian. If you tell an Iranian that they're an Arab, they'll be ready to fight you on the spot. They call themselves Persians to this day.
You are correct. Hey, pull up the most. They call it the most extravagant party in Iran, right? And there was a man who was exiled called Reza. What's his name? His name was Reza Pahlavi, right? And he had some bomb party. He brought the Queen of England, the Queen of Netherlands, the Queen of everywhere. You see what I'm saying? Down there, and the king of everywhere, and all the royals and presidents around the world to this place called the most extravagant party. Get the YouTube, right? And the share part of the YouTube, and then show they call him the last remaining Shah, the Iranian Shah, the Persian Shah, they call him, right? He's allegedly, right, supposed to be from these lineages of these people of royalty that we're reading about here, allegedly, right? Because we know in the Maccabees, Edomites came and infiltrated and placed themselves to be rulers and filled their faces in cities and all that. That's anniversary of the you know what I mean? Yeah, those parts with the hills on them. Yeah. See if those are giving us good things. I know people picking the most. What we got there? That's him, right? He's supposed to be one of the remaining lineage people of the Persian Empire. You know what I mean? Fast forward and show him with Haile Selassie and all those people. Just scroll down and just get parts where it's all of them. You're gonna see lots of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, just get up in there good and halfway. Right? So these are the people modernized. Right? They all up into Edomite culture. You all know that the hand is between the hand of man is betwixt the hand and the heel. Right? So when the Israelites was in charge, our culture was more proliferated in the earth. You got people complaining right now about how we wear a certain kind of fringes in the UK because the world was copying us. Okay? In Assyria and Persia, the world was copying our style. Now today, because the hand of man is betwixt the hand and the heel, the Iranian Shah is not going to dress like the old culture. He's going to dress in a suit like the modern culture, because the modern man, right? The modern man that rules the man, the modern man is following Esau now, because the hand of man is between the hand of the heel, referring to Esau and Jacob, right?
Did you see what they called this part?
What they call it?
They called it back in time the 2,500-year celebration of the Persian Empire.
What?
2,500-year celebration of the Persian Empire. Now look at the timeline.
Yep.
For the Book of Esther.
Yep. Show the time. Oh, they can't see the timeline.
Can't see the timeline. The Book of Esther happens in around the year 470 to 480 BC.
Okay.
That would be just about 2,500.
Yeah. So they tracking the time from then, from the time in the Book of Esther till now.
Crazy. So here they come. So the king comes back from this major defeat, and he's in the middle of his search. While that's happening, this Israelite named Mordecai would be out every day in the city, chilling by the king's gate. And the king had one of his main right-hand men, Haman, come in and out every day. And once he was elevated to that position, he expected everybody to bow to him as he walked out the gate. And our brother Mordecai refused. He ignored him.
So this is Haman, who would be like, if you would look at today, he would be like the vice president. So it says, imagine the vice president J.D. Vance. He comes out and he's likely to do something like this too. You know what I mean? But he got that kind of persona where he wants, because he's the vice president. You gotta salute the vice president also. I mean, there's a way how he is, and I think he's likely to be able, to do something like that. You know what I mean? They're already talking about how he was the one who decided that President Trump should say, or no, the President Trump should actually, instead of just bombing the Khomeini, right? You should decapitate him. So they're saying that J.D. Vance was the one who pushed it to Trump, like, you should do this instead, right? Which is what Aisha Yalo was breaking out yesterday about, how Haman was dealing with Xerxes here, Ahasuerus, right?
And if you break it down, in this book, it calls Haman the Agagite. Agag was the Amalekite king that was left alive in defiance of the Most High's order to get rid of every Amalekite. Agag was the Amalekite that grew into the tribe of Amalek. Agag was our punishment.
They replaced they replaced the population of Amalek. You know what I mean? Definitely. You know what I mean? So in other words, we only have Jewish people in Brooklyn today because Saul failed the order to remove all of them back then. Like the Lord was trying to save us gentrification today. You see what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Like, you know, our music is garbage because they only promoting drugs and all these things in the music, right? So we can all go to jail. Well, the Lord was trying to save us from that years ago, you know, centuries, generations ago. You know what I mean? All right, there you go. You know
Don't that sound just like the white? Don't that sound just like the Ishmael? To want to walk out and want everybody to bow to him. And if one person defies that order, especially if it's a black person who defies that order, it don't matter what he has, it don't matter what power he has, how good his life is, it'll drive him crazy.
He will call you an anti-Semite. Oh, he must be an anti-Semite.
It'll have to destroy you. It'll have to destroy. It'll consume him night and day. That sounds just like our enemies, just like our oppressors. So then, after this happened, he devised a plot. It literally says, go ahead, sis. Yeah.
I work in a nursing homes, and the Jewish man owns all the nursing homes. So the executives of the nursing home are Jewish. And when they come, they don't expect to see a person like me wearing a shield of David in the nursing home.
Absolutely.
So they get very upset when they see me.
They give you all types of crazy looks, I'm sure.
Come. We're going to keep going, all right? Throw out for sharing that, sis, all right?
So he devised a plot. It literally says in the scriptures, he thought it scorned just to lay hands on Mordecai. It wasn't good enough to him just to get Mordecai. He had to get his whole people. He had to get our whole people.
Just to add on that about how arrogant Haman is here, you know what I mean? You know, right now, because he believes he's a Jew, right? You know, he'll walk past. If you're not a Jew, he walk past you. If you're black, you know, if you're in Brooklyn, right, with you know, and you're a Benjamite, which what the tribe of Mordecai was. Mordecai was a Benjamite, right? He looks at you like, as a matter, he doesn't look at you. He walks past you like you don't exist. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was we had to tell these young cats the other day on 125th Street with the Sugar Pond, right? With the school, these two young cats about the Crown Heights riots, right? Where two young kids by the last name of Cato got hit by a Jewish man driving a car, right? The ambulance came and rescued the man
who was not even hurt.
Who was not hurt driving the car. Left the two kids that got ran over on the side of the street
to die.
Yeah,
left them there to die.
You know what I mean? And it was an outrage in Cry. That's what was going on in Cry Heights in the early '90s. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And so he devised this plan. When he got in the king's ear, he said, "Yo, there's a people living throughout our empire that follow their own customs, don't follow your laws. They do their own thing. Why do we even have them here? Let's get rid of them." And so he had the king trusted his right hand man, and this king was kind of goofy anyway.
It's like a similar thing they do to Trump right now. They'll say, hey, Trump, these people don't love America.
Trump listens to whatever they tell.
They don't love America, really? Oh, well, get the ICE agents to do this and do that, right? Because you know, being in America is a privilege. You know what Pam Bondi. Being in America is a privilege. That's how they talk. They talk, same way. They push it to Trump, and then Trump does all of this. All right, go ahead.
And that's it. To the question in the chat, this is the headquarters in Harlem. That's where the school is located.
All right, 2279 3rd Avenue, Harlem, New York. The entrance is on 124th Street. Do not look for the entrance on 3rd Avenue. Look for the entrance on 124th Street. All right, the address is 2279 3rd Avenue. The entrance is on 124th Street, Harlem, New York. All right, go ahead.
And so he got in the king's ear. The king said, here, gave him his ring, which was the king's signet ring, was how he signed decrees and went out throughout the empire. He said, here, do what you will. And so Haman had a decree written that on a certain day coming, and he gave it enough time for the messages to reach every corner of the empire, from India to Ethiopia. I think it was about a year that he gave this before this date came. And when the date came, it was carte blanche, a blank check for everybody to lay hands and execute every Israelite in the empire. And this decree went out. And the custom, and this is important for how this is going to end, the custom in the Persian Empire, once the king sealed the decree and went out, it couldn't even be undone. So we're going to see it's going to be a kind of like creative way to fix it in the end. But you couldn't just say, never mind.
As a matter of fact, that's scriptures. Esther, if you can give me Esther 8:8 kind of thought, right? That's a precept right there. You know what I mean? I mean, ICE is doing the same thing. They make a decree, and of course, ICE agents go out and get get all the Israelites. Let's get all of them. Get the tribe of Zebulun. Get them. Get Asher, the Ecuadorians and the Colombians. Get all of them. Get the Venezuelans. Get your Zebulun, your Issacharites, and get them Benjamites, and especially them Haitians. Oh my gosh, God forbid them Haitians to get black people to start loving other black people.
Did you see what they just posted about the Haitians?
I did not. Please tell me.
The Department of Homeland Security.
Don't forget. Them Haitians, they eating all the pets in Ohio. Get them Haitians out of the country. They're eating the cats. They're eating the ducks in the ponds.
So
which was a lie, of course. My bad.
No, not at all. So the Department of Homeland Security, which already tweets out all types of crazy stuff, all types of hate, violence, vile stuff against our people, regular, posted something about the Haitians stealing money from America, and this has to stop. Singled out Haiti of all the countries on the planet, and you know what they meant by stealing money from America? They meant the money that the workers make and send back to Haiti.
Come on. I mean, then how much money has he been stealing from every country in the world that he makes money
in the world?
Right. You know what I mean? This man that rules this country, he goes all over the earth and has quote unquote investments. You know what I mean? I believe they're running from Dubai right now because they're making all these investments in Dubai and taking it back from America. You need to stop stealing from Dubai. Stop stealing from Dubai. If that's what you call stealing, you're stealing from Dubai. You know what I mean? You're stealing from where they got investments at. You're trying to steal from Venezuela. You want to take the oil from there and bring it here. You know what I mean? You're stealing from Venezuela. Oh, it's okay for you to steal. It's okay for him to steal, but it's not okay. It's not okay for a Haitian to work the way that the white man don't want to work. The white man does not want to work. He wants to get Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoins. That's how he makes money. XRP. Buy XRP, guys. Buy gold. Buy silver. Because he doesn't like to work. Haitians come in and do the work that they don't want to do. You know what I mean? And you're called a thief for working. You know, tell me that man is not the devil. You're telling me that he's not the Satan in the earth. You know what I mean? The liar. You know what I mean? Didn't Commander Johanna say the other day that he's going to call evil good and good evil?
And the caption they put on it was, American money, American dollars should not be used to subsidize foreign economies. And didn't catch one hint of the irony in that. And all the billions of dollars they're sending to the state of Israel, to Ukraine, and everywhere else. But they're mad at Haitians coming here working and sending money back to their families on an island that's only poor because of America's intervention.
And here's the other thing too. Haitians are not raking in no big bucks. You see what I'm saying? America's enemies raking the big bucks. China, they raking. I think that they're the number one. Are they the number one or number two immigrants in this country? They rake in the big bucks, and they gonna make China, one of the largest. I think they passed in America right now as a superpower in the earth. That's what they say allegedly. You see what I'm saying? That was made from American money, right? Made in China toys, made in China phone, made in China this, made in China that. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna turn around and put on the news. The Haitians, I know why. The book of Esther tells me why. Your beef is against the Israelites. See what I'm saying? Your beef in the book of Esther, your beef is not with the Moabites. I understand. You know what I mean? That's facts. And it's so parallel. You know what I mean? That Haman is the one. If he's in the king's ear, Haman is really the one running the country. The king is just there for show, right?
He had the ring. He could have done anything.
You see what I'm saying? So that's just like, they got Trump up there, but then the Netanyahu is really telling Trump, do this, do that, bomb Iran today, or you're not gonna bomb Iran, or what's no more war you talking about? You know what? Isn't this you with Epstein on the island? Isn't this you on the plane log? No problem. Put forth this. It's like, Trump is like, make it go away. All right, no problem. Bomb Iran. Now I ain't hear about it all day on TV. Who the hell on TV on Epstein files now? Who did they throw it on? What's the name? The other president. Damn, he's Bill Clinton. Now the Epstein files is all about Bill Clinton. It ain't even about Trump no more, because he did what the Hamanites, what the Amalekites, wanted. You know what I mean? So Trump obeyed, and they are in control of what the law call him, the Prince of the Air. He changed everything on the airwaves now. You know what I mean? Any more there?
Oh, that's all on that. So where were we? So Haman sent out this decree. There was a date scheduled for everybody throughout the empire.
Oh, Salaki, we got to get the scripture.
8 and 8.
8 and 8. Go ahead, cut this out.
Esther, chapter 8, verse 8. Write ye also for the Jews, as it liketh you, in the king's name.
So you said the king had a ring, right? According to the king's name, that he was stamped, and this will be the ultimate authority, right? But here, after the story goes on, right? They did this for the Jews also, right? Because when thy ways please the Lord, even the enemies shall what? Even the enemies be at peace with thee. You know what I mean? So this empire we was there to serve captivity for our sins. Well, when our ways please the Lord, even our enemies shall be at peace with us.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Okay. So write you also for the Jews. Keep going.
Khan, and seal it with the king's ring. For the writing which is written in the king's name.
For the what?
Which is written in the king's name.
Right. That culture came from the Israelites. It's how we got this thing right here. It's how we got the shield of David. Can they see this? It's how we got the shield of David. Things behind us too, right? Right. Every king had a seal according to the king's name. It's kind of like having a signature, right? I got it on here. You got it on yours too. Oh yeah, you forgot. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. You get the king's name. The king's name. Our king that rules forever. Christ is on his throne, right? Christ is on David's throne, right? Yahushua rules forever. Okay, and being that he rules on the throne, right? His symbol is, or his seal is David's name, right? David's name has 2 D's in the name, right? Da, wa, da, right? Those 2 das became these 2 triangles. All right, these 2 triangles is a signature of David's name per se, right? And that signature was put on a signet. All right. Okay, good. Any more there, kind of thought? We're good.
Khan, sir. And sealed with the king's ring.
And they put the seal in the king's ring. I think some of us in here got rings with our king's seal on it, right? You got anybody in here got any sort of David rings? You know what I mean? You had one. You know what I mean? Some of us got dependents around your neck. All right, keep going.
Khan, may no man reverse.
There we go, and that's according to the king's authority. Well, no man ain't gonna reverse this seal either, right? This furthermore, this is not a star of Remphan, and this is not a star of Molech.
So tired of
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? In the Bible, stars are not even shapes. Stars are not shapes in the Bible. Okay, in the Bible, stars are either two things: a star in the sky, which was supposed to be, it's a star, right? Or it's a star like a celebrity, this shining person out of all these other stars, right? It's a star. Same way, yes. You see what I'm saying? You got the stars of Hollywood. They put them. I think they stepped on Donald Trump's one the other day. Referring back to this one, they're stepping all over here. They ain't damaged it, right? But they violating Donald Trump's star in Hollywood, right? Now in America here, in modern society, which is not the Bible, right? They've made a star a shape, right? But stars don't have shapes. They're actually just a ball in the sky, right? The sun is a star, but it's not a shape of any sort, all right? Okay, just so anybody out there, now you understand what we mean.
We gotta go live soon and just title the thing, "Prove that the Shield of David is the Star of Remphan." I want all of these weirdos, all these psychotic Edomites that just keep repeating this line over and over and over and over. It's the Star of Remphan. The Star of Remphan. Prove it.
That's another point. The whole theory about the Shield of David, some people call it the Star of David because of the Amalekites again. The whole idea that it's a star of Molech is from the neo-Nazis, right? That was being pushed by Alex Jones, saying because they're against Jewish people. You know what I mean? They're just against them, right? So they created this lie based on reading a star in the Bible and the Jewish man calling this the Star of David. It was a slight from Christian neo-Nazis against the Ish people to call this a star of Molech. It's not based on any proof or evidence. Right?
Any provable fact, anything in the scriptures, there's no way that you could prove that connection.
Right.
We can put out any amount of money as a challenge. There's no way that you can prove that connection.
That's right.
There's no historical link, nothing in the scriptures that describes the star. You're just repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating something that was just created because white people hate the Ish people.
That's it.
What's it? The circle of the stars.
Good, nice.
It's a circle.
Good, nice.
It just looks like it has points because it gives off light.
Uh-huh.
The sun is a big ball. It's the biggest star in the universe.
Right.
But people do it with points because it gives off light.
Right.
That's why it looks like it has, but it's really just a ball of gases or whatever.
Incredible Khan. Absolutely right. That's right, sir. Incredible Khan. It says in the Bible, it says circle.
The Bible is science. The Bible is science. The Bible doesn't tell you that a star is a 5-6 pointed shape. It does because the Bible believes in science. You crazy psychotic Edomites just believe in hating another group of Edomites and just saying whatever it takes to blame them for everything.
I actually want that preset to put in my preset book right now. All right. So I'm putting star, circle, KJV. Wisdom of Solomon 13:2. Get it, Kennethar. Bubble shot, please.
I love our general. I love the Isupk. Like, what's wrong with you, nut fake Israelites, that you keep following the worst leaders you can find on the planet? Children, idiots, weirdos, deviants, and you all keep following them. We have men in this school that lead this school that we could be proud to follow.
Right.
Y'all should be embarrassed. Somebody put up a thing on a post on Facebook said they're doing Sakari 2.0.
Yeah, that was bad.
They got clowned into oblivion.
As soon as they started Sakari 2.0, I believe one of the Sakari guys went down for child porn or something like that.
Just on the logo reveal, they got clowned out their shoes.
Yep.
Because why would you try to resurrect something that is associated with deviance and homosexuality?
And on that, Sakari went down because the Lord was against Sakari. Right. They tried to bring it back up, and the Lord showed them again, like, put this down. I haven't heard from Sakari 2.0 or 3.0 since that cat got caught with that child porn in Texas or somewhere it was. You know what I mean? That's the Lord. So if you bring it up again, the Lord will bring it down. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead, Kenneth.
A bad tree bear bad fruits.
That's correct.
There you go.
See what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's why Genesis is going down too. They're already fighting for their life. Everybody else is going, why are y'all saying the Edomites can be saved? Why are y'all putting videos with some old white woman teaching us that they're already fighting for their lives? They're going down, as they should.
Interrupt out there. Go ahead, yep. Wisdom of Solomon 13 verse 2.
The Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 2. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as thou we have never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart.
You're reading Wisdom of Solomon 13, verse 2?
I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Uh-huh.
But deem either fire or wind, or the swift air, or the circle of the stars.
Or the what?
Or the circle of the stars.
The triangles of the stars.
The circle of the stars.
The star of Molech of the stars.
The circle of the stars.
Yeah, stars are circles, brothers. Out there, and people out there against the UPK. Captain Shemawala just gave you the evidence, and we pulled it. All right, stars are circles. They're not triangles. They're not shapes. You see what I'm saying? They're not these shapes that you want to accuse us of wearing. Right? Stars are circles in the sky. All right, balls of gas. All right, good. No problem. Let's go.
It's werewolf. They were sent out to Crete. There was a date set about a year out, and in that time, Mordecai. Now the connection, we didn't even really break down the connection between Mordecai and Esther. Mordecai raised Esther. She was an orphan. She had no father, no mother. Mordecai raised her. That was her father figure, and she listened to Pentecost. And she had the wisdom to listen to him, which is the most basic thing that a woman should have, is the wisdom to listen to a good father, and to be guided by a man of her nation with some sense that can lead. And that's this story.
As a matter of fact, that's a good point. You see what I'm saying? Listening to her father got her a high valued man. Some girls don't want to listen to their father, and you get some bum. You see what I'm saying? You get
they want to be queens, right?
You know what I mean? They want to be queens. To be a queen, you gotta listen to your dad. If you don't listen to your dad, you're not gonna be a queen. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get some drug dealer. You know, the water.
You're gonna get left by a drug dealer.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You're gonna get your behind whooped. You're gonna call the police for him whooping your behind every day. You know what I mean? You're gonna be praying to the Lord that you be saved from him. You know what I mean? You could be burying you in a park somewhere, and you say, how did I get into this predicament? Oh Lord. You see what I'm saying? Listen to your dad, man. You know, so he'll help you. He'll put you on game with men. You see what I'm saying? Come on, you know what I mean? Come on, go ahead.
So he gave her the guidance. He set her up to basically win this competition, because it was a competition for the next queen. He sent out, he said, all the provinces, send your best women. So
which is just like any club. You see what I'm saying? You want to put on your best presentation too. They're there to attract men. That's the only reason they dressing like that. It's because they know dressing like this, you know what I mean? You know, gets men, but they're not aware of what kind of man you're bringing. Mordecai told Esther how to get a good man in that midst, a man that's the one that you want. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Aisha.
So he sent her in. She won. King Xerxes wanted her, made her queen, and all of this now really plays out over about a 10-15 year period. So she's queen for a while, a couple of years, or no, because we already got the date set. So now a little bit of time passes.
And if I could help the sisters out too, you know what I mean? Every woman of every race went up into that was that banquet, right? To display themselves to be chosen by the king. You see what I'm saying? The Lord is saying in the book of Esther that the Israelite woman is the most beautiful woman on the earth. That is what the book of Esther is saying. And your sisters come around and you hear that book of Esther, that's a reminder to you. You are the most beautiful and valued woman in the earth. To God and to men. All right? No problem. All right? Good. Have that lift your dignity up. All right? Sisters, all right? Go be with y'all. Go ahead on, my show.
I'm working on it. But this is the second comment that said the volume.
Oh, the volume, figure that out. Okay. Anybody else? If we sound low, please put in the comment. You know what I mean? That we low. You know what I mean? Brother, check your volume. Just make sure that you don't got it low and blaming us. You know what I mean?
This is the second one. That's why.
It's the second one. Then it's probably y'all mics. You know what I mean? It's probably, but your phone is probably up. Where's the mics on the on the scale of the thing? You know what I mean? Are we up? Okay. Big up Sister Carol, all right? That's as the Rocky is read. That's if most young women have and are bent. So it's like that, sorry. Are bent, being raised by good fathers, first in order for women to learn to get good husbands. That's correct. Sister Carol, you're right. You're absolutely correct. Keep going on, Aisha.
Okay, so
and salute to you, Sister Carol. All right, your house Shamala fell by Shimashai. All right, that's Carol from the tribe of Ephraim from the Bronx, New York. Big up to sister, right?
And so, I may have misspoke. So the first thing that happens, Esther gets in there. She's chosen as queen. Then it's a few years later that Haman launches this plot, gets the king's ring, sends out the decree. It's about 4 years in between those two things. So it's enough time. She's been queen for a while. She has a little favor that she's going to use. So after Haman launches his plot, sends out the decree, Mordecai, obviously everybody finds out about it. It says there's great mourning. Mordecai puts on sackcloth and ashes, goes out mourning in the courtyard. Now, when next time he talks to Esther, he says, look, Esther, you're going to have to go in and speak to the king. And this is the part that we need to read straight out the scripture.
Right.
So he said, so this is chapter 4. Chapter 4 and 11. Go ahead.
Esther, chapter 4, verse 11. O the king's servant and the people of the king's provinces do know that whosoever, whether man or woman, shall come unto the king into the inner court, who is not called, there is one law of his to put him to death, except such to warn the king shall hold out the golden spectre.
So anybody who would come into the king's presence, even if it's the queen or anybody.
All right, quick. Spectre, all right? Or it's like a scepter. Scepter, right? Yeah, it's like a long staff from the king, right?
So anybody who goes in, who isn't called in, if they just walk in to see the king, they are immediately put to death unless the king holds out his golden scepter. That's the custom that they had, and she knew this. That means it's a risk. We already see this is a moody, kind of goofy, temperamental guy. He got drunk and called his previous queen out and then got rid of her the next day. So you never know. She knows she's taking a risk. Go ahead.
It's a heathen, man. And that's a terrible law too. That's an evil law. So lucky. If your wife walks out there, but he doesn't have the Israelites up there, guiding him. He got Mordecai in the courts, but he really needs Mordecai in his life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He out there getting his wives murdered, man. You see what I'm saying? But she's trying to with the nothing that he has, with the no sense he has in his head, he's trying to find a way to control his wives. You see what I'm saying? To murder them. You know what I mean? Like, and what they're saying is not uncommon to what white people do today in America. You see what I'm saying? Let's not talk about the Gilgo Beach murderer. Unalive, I mean. So like, yeah, I mean, it was a Caucasian man, and he was this man hated women. You see what I'm saying? He buried them. He buried his own kind of women all over Long Island, New York. You see what I'm saying? People talk about black men. Nah, you gotta look into the other man. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead. Kenneth up. Right.
Come on, that he may live. But I have not been called to come in unto the king these 30 days.
So the king ain't even the king neglecting. This is his favorite wife, it says. And he's been neglecting her. I don't know what this guy's doing for 30 days. I'm not ignoring my favorite woman for 30 days. But she knew. Point is, she hadn't been called in. She wasn't expecting that he was going to call her in any day. So she was going to have to go walk up in there and take this risk. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And they told to Mordecai Esther's words. Then Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not with thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house more than all the Jews.
Do that again.
Think not with thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house more than all the Jews.
That's saying that if you think that you can just not go in there because you're queen and you'll be all right, and you're just worried about yourself, don't think you're going to escape this. Go ahead.
If you could read that scripture again too, because this is General Muhammad was saying this a couple of weeks ago. If you could read it again.
Verse 13. Then Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not with thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house.
Right.
More.
I think you was bringing this out yesterday, Shaw, also, right? That FBA shouldn't think that because you're not an immigrant that the oppressor is not going to come for you too in 5 minutes. Yeah, they go for the Latinos now, but don't think because you're in the king's house, America, that you're going to be what? Don't think that you're in the king's house
more than all the Jews.
Don't think that you're more than all the other Latinos who are the Jews also, the Israelites. See what I'm saying? Jews short for Judah, right? But the term Jew is used to say Israelites around here, right?
We're dealing with Benjamites in this book.
Right. You see what I'm saying? And the Benjamites are not from the tribe of Judah, but the Benjamites are being referred to within the term Jews here. You see what I'm saying? All right. Likewise, sisters. You see what I'm saying? Don't get up there. You get some white man because the church told you, and you think that you're gonna live a better life like the church woman told you. You see what I'm saying? That's another thing too, man. Christian black women hate. They've been taught to hate black men.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They're talking about, I don't hate nobody. I'm not racist. You hate black men. You're telling all the young black girls in church to go get with a white man to live a better life. Well, here's what the Lord said to that, church sisters. Go ahead, read it again. Don't think.
Verse 13. Think not with thyself.
Don't think for yourself. Don't be selfish. Don't try to not have your life based on selfishness. Keep going.
That thou shalt escape in the king's house.
Yeah, don't think you here with the ruler of the earth, the white man, the oppressor. Salaki, my bad, Shaw. You see what I'm saying? The oppressor. Don't think you're in his house, the rulers of the earth's house. These people. That you what?
Think not with thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house.
Right, you're not escaping the ghetto because you're in his house. All right, you got bad things coming to you because you're in his house. You see what I'm saying? No problem. Keep going, that shot.
So we were. Where were we?
And that can go for Jay-Z too, and P. Diddy. P. Diddy thought he was escaping in the king's house.
Right.
The brother's in jail. And he's in jail for crime that he committed. Not safe because you're in the king's house now. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
100%. Go ahead. Verse 14.
Verse 14. For if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time,
if you don't have the strength, if you fail, I every time I go to say this, I want to use non-YouTube words, so I gotta hesitate to rethink what I'm saying. If you cower and you don't even have the courage to stand up for your people,
or if you think I'm too blessed to be stressed, that's what they
you
say.
think you good.
Yeah.
If you're not worried about what's going on outside the palace because you think you good, go ahead.
then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place.
So number one, the Lord is still going to save his people. He's going to use somebody else or something else to do it. Enlargement and deliverance is going to rise to the Jews from another place. If you miss your chance for the Lord to use you, he don't need you.
And that goes for the brothers in here too, or the officers in here too. You see what I'm saying?
For me, anybody.
Yeah, go to camp. You see what I'm saying? Don't run from camp, brother. You see what I'm saying? Tell Captain Shamal on Wednesday, I'm available. You see what I'm saying? Because if you don't do it, the Lord will raise up another brother. You see what I'm saying? To give you the might that he was going to give you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, to give him all the blessings that he was going to give you. You should go in there and put that work in. Have that on your record with the Most High. Right. You see what I'm saying? You got a problem? No problem. Earn the Lord's mercy. You see what I'm saying? By working off some debts with the Lord. This was a command Johanna in Hebrew Academy some while back. I can say that, right? You work off your debt with the Lord, man. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? And don't pass up opportunity. Jeremiah Hyman taught us this when he was a trooper of Shalayala. Be an opportunist. You see what I'm saying? The world tells you to not be an opportunist, so you miss opportunity. I'm like, damn, that makes so much sense. I mean, to all my life, don't be an opportunist. Don't, he's an opportunist. If he's black, it's bad. He's an opportunist. If he's white, he's going to Wall Street, brother. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? We be made to be the loser. Stop being the loser. Go to camp and get what's yours. You see what I'm saying? What the Lord is bringing through these UPK is going to be greater than anything the earth has ever seen. I mean, you're talking about rulership of the planet. You see what I'm saying? You thought it was a lie? Turn in the news and see Iran getting bombed right now. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, this thing is coming to a wrap fast, quick in a hurry, man. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. If Christ coming back in World War III is already here. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So yeah, we in the midst of that. Good. You know what I mean? What do you do then? Endure until the end. What did Jeremiah also say about Command Gianna? From Luke the 14th chapter, or the 12th chapter. When he comes back, he shall find you working. You understand? Don't be the servants that beat each other. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Be perfectly joined together. You see what I'm saying? Be like a three, what they call it, three-strand cord. You know what I mean? Be like that with your brother. You see what I'm saying? Find out what's wrong, iron it out, fix it up. You find a leak in the pipe, fix the pipe. Don't ditch the house. You see what I'm saying? Get to work, man. You know what I mean? No sweat. Sure, go ahead.
So number one, enlargement and deliverance is gonna come from another place if you hold your peace. Go ahead.
But thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed.
And you're gonna get wiped out because you were useless anyway.
Right.
You cower up.
And that goes for a lot of men that were in the school in the past. Nathaniel Bishop, what's the name Bishop? He had a chance to change his life. You see what I'm saying? But he chose to serve the oppressor instead. Right. You understand? You know what I mean? He can't serve two masters. You know what I mean? If he was sent in the school to be a spy, he could have got changed in the school. Right. No, but he made another choice. You see, he chose to be in the king's house. You know what I mean? No problem. Deliverance gonna come by other men. You see what I'm saying? According to Commander Gianna, the trooper comes up in here, our ranks, Bishop Nathaniel. He said, "You are rank man in the world." You know what I mean? Go ahead, Asha.
No, absolutely. And how many times we've seen it happen already? The Lord doesn't just dismantle these fake Israelite groups and these men that went off. He destroys them. What happened to these clowns, these candy canes down the block? He took their leader out. What happened to Sakari? He humiliated this guy to the point where he can never come back.
Right.
How many times y'all got to see it happen? And you still going to follow a man like Nate? You still going to follow somebody like him?
Say again? What? Too polite. Oh, polite the guy. I almost forgot who that was. He been the Lord took him out for so long.
They just released the body cam video from when they arrested.
Yeah, cause I seen it on YouTube. Yeah. It was in a hotel in Miami. He was living his best life. He thought he was in the king's house.
Off the money that they donated to him, that cats in the projects here in Harlem donated to him. This is what happens when you put your trust in the wrong type of men. So if you fail your opportunity to serve the Lord, if you hold your peace and cower up, the Lord's just going to deliver his people from somewhere else. You and your house are going to be wiped out. Go ahead.
And who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this?
He's saying, who knows whether this is your whole reason for being here? This is your whole reason for being here in the middle of this foreign empire, this heathen empire. You were made queen. There was a reason for that. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Then Esther bade them return Mordecai this answer. Verse 16. Go, gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan.
If I could, right quick, Commander Johanna, sir. Yes, sir. The Commander Johanna brought a point up on the Black Watch radio show some years ago. You know what I mean? Michelle Obama was in a similar position. You know what I mean? Some years ago. You know what I mean? Where she could have helped out black people the same way how Esther helped out the Jews in her situation. See what I'm saying? Go ahead. Okay, no sweat. See what I'm saying? Where the same way how Esther right here, you see what I'm saying, is pulling the strings by the king's ears, the heathen, right? Michelle Obama was married to a heathen too, in the White House in America. You know what I mean? And she could have pulled some strings. Hey, don't cry. You know what I mean? She could have put some strings by him, man, and really helped out black people, but she did not. See what I'm saying? So what's her legacy for now? What legacy? What book can we write about Esther now? None. She gotta write her own book. There ain't nobody gonna write about her. And she could have did amazing things. Made people say, yo, she did this and that. People don't salute Michelle Obama. You see, people salute. Put a picture up of Gladys West, right, being saluted by the U.S. military. See what I'm saying? Because she did a good deed. See what I'm saying? You know, she produced good things. See what I'm saying, in this country here. See what I'm saying? That's her right there. Right?
Trying to get the one you stuff. But who? I'm not familiar with her. What's the?
Oh, she's the inventor. She's the inventor of the GPS.
Okay, gotcha.
See what I'm saying? On one hand, you know what I mean? You know, she helped the U.S. military go all over the earth and you know, do everything and navigate and all that. For on the other hand, she helped niggas not get lost. She helps us not get lost. You see, I'm be stranded in some white town, in some sundown town somewhere. You see what I'm saying? We know how to get around and get out. You see what I'm saying? Okay. You know what I mean? Give me any one of these. Yeah, any one of those. There. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Put that up. Right? That's a sister. You see what I'm saying? Being given honor by the society. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? Or Michelle Obama could have did something where it's like that too. You know what I mean? When thy ways please the Lord, even thy enemy shall be at peace with thee. You see what I'm saying? Well, the enemies is not at peace with Michelle Obama. You see what I'm saying? She did nothing. You see what I'm saying? For nobody but herself being in the king's house. No problem. No problem. The Lord will just find another way. She could have went up there on at inauguration or even on the way out. Say, yo, Negroes are the real Jews. She could have did anything. She had the files. You see what I'm saying? What Trump was always saying? We got the what they call them secret. What's the secret files again? What they call them secret files that they classified. We got the classified files. She had them. She had the man beside her who had access to him. She could have went and say, yo, Negroes are the real Jews. You know what I mean?
Like they said, Nasty Nate was a cop. They said Bishop Nathaniel Father is the white man. That's all right.
Right.
And that's why these are people that you should never follow. If you do, you're going to watch this scripture play out. Thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed.
God.
So verse 16, go ahead.
Khan.
And this is what Esther is now sending them to tell Mordecai, because these messages are being passed back and forth. Mordecai is still out in the gates.
Right quick. The name Shushan, which the cities we're talking about, is named after lilies. And from the Zonovans, it says the city of the Babylonians is probably named from the lilies that grew in the region in large numbers. So it give you an idea, just if you can just picture it, right? Lily flowers grew up in this place over there that they call Shushan, Shawashan, I believe lilies is, right? Go ahead.
Verse 16. Go gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day.
Right quick. Lilies are the Lord's favorite flowers. And it is what the school tells brothers to hand sisters, you know what I mean, for their good deeds. You go get them a good bouquet of lilies. You know what I mean? And they smell good. And by the way, be careful, right? Always ask the sister if you got cats, because lilies are poisonous to cats. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got one time, and the vet bill was big, $800 from the vet. You know what I mean? So, say if it's don't got cats, yeah, put that in the house, man. That joy smell good. You know what I mean? You buy them, they don't got no strong smell like that, but you sit in that house for 5 days. You know what I mean? There's a fragrance that come out of it. It is amazing. I didn't even know flowers even do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've never smelled nothing like it before. Go ahead.
Khan. I also and my maidens will fast likewise. And so would I go in unto the king, which is not according to the law. And if I perish, I perish.
Now, this is number one. Esau loves to try to slander the book of Esther because, as I said yesterday over and over, they can't relate. They can't relate to being in captivity, to being in oppression, to being surrounded by people who hate you, who have power over you, and only having to be able to trust the Most High for our deliverance. They can't relate to that at all. One of the things they say to criticize the book of Esther is that it's the only book in the Bible where God, the word God, does not appear, or the Most High's name. But the name of the Most High or the title God doesn't need to appear when everything in here is about God. And this whole verse we just read, deliverance shall arise from another place. Thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed. Go and fast for me 3 days and nights. This is not magic. You don't need the word God in here. We're talking about fasting 3 days and 3 nights. To who? Your father's house is going to perish from who? This whole book is about the Most High ordering everything just so.
Right.
Who knows if you will come to the kingdom for such a time as this? What does that mean?
If I could, on that point, you know what I mean? This is history. Esther is in history. All right, it's a history book. Xerxes lived. Right, these events that we're reading about in the Bible, these things happened, right? And somebody recorded it, right? It might be a good thing to look up who recorded it. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll look it up right now to see, just who recorded it. So people upset because it's not ascribed under the priest writing things. Remember, we lost the kingdom some a while back, where if the men under the priest were writing it, they would write the Lord's name, right? So people talking like that. You talk like that because you don't know what the Bible is. You just don't understand the world of it. To understand the Bible, you need to be in the ISUPK.
Right.
People being in the ISUPK, I understand. We're made to understand being in some other nation, and then we're trying to build ourselves as a nation in this other nation. So when we're reading about in here, it doesn't seem like there's any Israelite government. It's just Mordecai, like you growing up in the government of America. You know what I mean? So, and then it's not saying that Mordecai wrote this. You see what I'm saying? Someone else is recording, writing down what's happening with Mordecai. So I'm gonna get it. Let me see the book of Esther right here, or let me write Esther in this book here. If you can keep going until I find it. If you press for time, Aisha, right?
No, and this is every Edomite scholar loves to slander the book of Esther. Martin Luther hated the book of Esther. He singled out Esther and Second Maccabees and said it shouldn't even be in the Bible. Why? Because these books specifically talk about us as a people being delivered from our enemies and the Most High doing it in the midst of oppression. And Martin Luther had no connection to that. He had no use for that. He had nothing to do with that. That didn't play into his pagan white Jesus.
Right. If I could, Kanta, if you could help me read this right here. Right? This might help right here. Right? So this right here says the book of Esther, right? Right. And this is the Strong's, not strong. The Zondervan's Pictorial Bible Dictionary. Go ahead, Kanta.
Come on. Book of Esther, the last of the historical books of the Old Testament. It was written after the death of King Ahasuerus.
Right. So in other words, when we're reading about the book, when we're reading about what's going on in the book of Esther, right? The book was written way after he died. Way after all of this even happened. Did he even die in the book of Esther? I don't think he died. He didn't die in the book of Esther. But this was written way later on. All right, keep reading.
Most scholars agree that Ahasuerus was Xerxes, who reigned 485 BC to 465 BC.
Okay, good. So for those who say that the book of Esther is not a real part of the Bible, what were the Israelites doing in 495 BC? I say that all the time when it comes to cats who want to say, oh, the New Testament is fake. Okay, no problem. Where can I find where the real books of the Israelites around the time of the Romans when they took over? Because they took over. It's in history that they took over. You see what I'm saying? Okay, if this ain't it, then you got to give me what is. If you got nothing, then you should shut up and say nothing. You see what I'm saying? Even the scripture says, you don't know a fool until you open his mouth. Right. Don't open your mouth so we don't know you're a fool. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Kenneth.
Probably the book was written about 400 BC. The author is unknown.
So King Ahasuerus lived from when to when?
485 BC to 465 BC.
So 465 BC is closer up, right? And then keep going. And when was the book written?
Probably the book was written about 400 BC.
400 BC. So what is that? 35 years after the book got written. That means somebody lived there in a mature age. Huh? Yeah, it's going reverse. So 485 is the beginning, right? And then he died in 465. He died 20 years later, right? And then 35 years later, the book is written. Someone else remembered it and thought, you know what? We should write this down, man. Damn.
By the way, 35 years later is around the time of Nehemiah.
Okay, there you go. That's what we got some strings again on our people. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
And now they're coming out of the empire back into the land. This is all, everything is so close together. All these details match up so well. The history is well established. Even in their documents, you see, they find the name Mordecai, the name Esther is in the Persian documents. This is all verified. It all ties together.
It's heavy what he said too about this time of Nehemiah, because Nehemiah was a priest and prophet again. See what I'm saying? Meaning we had priests again. You know what I mean? So the priest is always the one who's saying, write this down, write that down. You know what I mean? Record this, put this in the record, record this. So they say, yo, we should record that. You know what I mean? Find all the old people, bring them here. You know what I mean? Tell us about this story right here. You know, that should be remembered forever. You know what I mean? It's very similar to when Commander Johanna made a plaque over there about the mission to Acuna. You see what I'm saying? Because that was a good deed them brothers did. I mean, risk their life and freedom. Because the zone they were in is a place where people die by the cartels. I mean, they gun you down over there. As a matter of fact, Captain Yatazak and them, he said one time that they was invited to go meet some of the cartel guys. Right. It was like, yeah, we like what you're doing. Come meet with us over here. He said, okay, we'll go. Then he said, okay, well, we gotta put this bag over your head. I was like, nah, we're not going over there no more. You gonna do what? You gonna bag our heads. You're gonna cover so I can't see outside. Well, the chance is we might never see outside again. They might, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So they risk their life to go help them Haitians and Isukites down there, down by the border.
Took real life risks.
There you go.
Actual risks.
Just like how Esther said, if I die, I die.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying? But Captain Yatazak said, yo, we're gonna help these people and bigger all the brothers down there in Houston, Texas, man, and around town, Killeen and all them.
Is that plaque
you know what I mean?
off the wall? Can we show it on it? Or is it like nailed in?
There's no other picture of Captain Yatazak around the place. We got pictures of all kind of
we got
cats.
a picture on the steps on the back. All the Texas brothers.
Is it hard to get?
No, that one he could pull right off.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get the picture right now so you can know who we talking about. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, even to the point of this record, we're all the way in New York. You see what I'm saying? Talking about the brothers in Texas. Yeah. By the way, right here,
Texas.
These brothers right here are running the Passover this year. See what I'm saying? Houston, Texas, April the 4th. You know what I mean? These brothers right here are hosting the Passover. This is the Texas gang right here.
Some hardcore UPK brothers right here.
UPK Texas right there at the mission to Acuna. You see what I'm saying? Went down to Eagle Pass, right? I believe they went one way and got denied by the oppressor. He always, just like in the book of Numbers, the Edomites always deny you at the gate. You got to go around another way.
You wanted them to drop the food at some church.
You wanted to drop the food with us. You wanted to give the glory to some other people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Some other people who are not willing. Some other people who are happy being in the king's house. Nah, forget that. You know what I mean? You know, the Lord is working with us. That's what Esther said. You know, the Lord is working with us. You got to do it. Okay, so big up to them, brothers. Throughout the country, right? Yeah, Passover is going to be in April the 4th, guys, Houston, Texas. All right? You know what I mean? Get your way down there. Find out, get your way down there.
Way or another.
You know what I'm saying? Thou shalt, what did Deuteronomy say? 16? Thou shalt not appear before the Lord empty. Thou shalt, meaning you have to bring your Passover fee. You see what I'm saying? You should not appear before the Lord empty. All right, them 3 times you gotta appear before the Lord in the year.
That's another thing. And y'all to be out there complaining about the Passover fee, just shut up and get offline. And nobody wants to hear that. These things cost money. Why wouldn't, if you're able to contribute, if you're able to pay, why wouldn't you want to?
They don't want to pay because they really want a place that's government funded. Because we're not government funded, you know, we gotta put the bill in ourselves. But if they had a place that was government funded, they would go there because the government funded it, so you don't gotta pay nothing. You see what I'm saying? If you're someone who doesn't want an Israelite organization that's not government funded, you come here and you fund it.
Right.
Bingo. Right. Come on. You fund it.
Who else gonna pay for it? Or these things drop out the sky.
Or Or you go to the government funded one for free. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you should go to the one that's funded by you and built by you. You know what I mean? That's what you should do. Go ahead. So, any more on that? Right? Oh, it's not gonna show.
Go on, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
It is evident from the details of the story that he was well acquainted.
By the way, if you see me being ultra polite and kind to the brothers under me in rank, because this is how I see Commander Johanna deal with the brothers under him. You see what I'm saying? And that's how we do things in UPK. We're not like the other Israelite groups that you see. You see what I'm saying? You know, abuse a man because he's the king. You see what I'm saying? Commander Johanna is not like that. And he doesn't teach us to be like that. You see what I'm saying? So I deal with my brothers, with the utmost respect. The Ethiopian queen Sheba went to down to see David in him. Was it David? Solomon in him. David's son, right? Solomon. And she couldn't tell which one was the king. Because number one, the guy at the door, he's dressed more royal than the king. You see what I'm saying? And everybody's being all polite to each other and kind to each other.
It's real humility.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's real brotherhood. You know what I mean? And that's how we gotta be. All right. So young men, definitely, you know what I mean? Hold all the respect to the men over you. You know what I mean? But the men over you are gonna look at you like they're you're his brother. You see what I'm saying?
That's what made me earlier. I stopped right in the middle of what I was saying. I said, "Damn, I love the generals," because the general texts me something in such a polite and kind way that you never have to say.
Right.
And that's how it always is. Man, General Johanna on down. It's such a brotherhood that doesn't exist nowhere else. Y'all follow leaders that just want to be leaders. Right. We follow men who just are leaders.
We have leaders that talk to us. Could you imagine having a leader? If you go to some church or somewhere, or you in some government, you can't talk to the leader. Me and Ashaga Power was going down to them places with Mayor Eric Adams. Mm-hmm. We didn't talk to Eric Adams. You see what I'm saying? We talked to his right hand man, Gilman Rose, and Gilman Rose would talk to Eric Adams. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It was like Pharaoh. Like, you can't talk to Pharaoh. You see what I'm saying? You talk to Joseph, and Joseph will talk to Pharaoh. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? But yeah, Commander Johanna will talk to you. He'll salute you. You see what I'm saying? It's a different kind of world in here. You know what I mean? Go ahead, kind of thought. Any more there that we need? Maybe we want to take the next paragraph up. I know there's a lot there. I know we short the time, Aisha. Okay, go ahead, kind of thought.
He was well acquainted with the Persian court life. The book of Esther.
Who was well acquainted with the Persian court life? Let's just go back a little bit. Slug. I just want to make sure I got you fully. You know what I mean?
Probably the book was written about 400 BC. Right. The author is unknown, but it is evident from the details of the story that he was well acquainted with the Persian court life.
Right. So in other words, they're saying is so whoever wrote it had somebody was seeing inside the courthouse and knew about it. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead.
The book of Esther has always been accepted as canonical by the Jews.
Oh, so the Israelites of antiquity in the Bible, acknowledged Esther in other records and around their existence. When we was running around town. Go ahead.
Come on. External proof of the career of Mordecai has been found.
And that's crazy to note too, because the Jews in the Bible accepted the book of Esther, but you Christian Caucasian out there is rejecting the book of Esther. It's not your book. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't have say on a book that don't belong to you. This is not Edomite records. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, kind of thing. You say something?
They trying to gentrify the Bible.
Come on. They're trying to gentrify the Bible. Real talk. You know what I mean? Like, get your own things, man. Just always in someone else's business. Right. You're in America looking at what's going on in Iran. Right. All the white people in America are saying, like, yo, we had no business there. They even attack us. Why are you bombing them? Because you in the Israelis' business. You know what I mean? Mind your own business. You would have saved yourself a war. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But thanks be to the Lord that the Lord brought this war, because now our Mexican brothers get to have some peace. You see what I'm saying? Now them ICE soldiers can sign up since they love violence and guns so much and arresting people and raiding places. Now the Lord gave you somewhere to raid. You wanted to prove that you was a man and you were so tough. Now the Lord gave you somewhere to go prove that you are tough. Okay. Go ahead, Canada.
External proof of the career of Mordecai has been found in an undated cuneiform text.
Cuneiform is the writing form that was in that time. I believe in that video, but maybe not in that video. But in the Persians wrote in cuneiform, right? Maybe you can show a picture of cuneiform. They look like chicken scratches, bunch of arrows. You see what I'm saying? A bunch of arrows and stuff. You know what I mean? I saw pulling up one right now. Their written language. You know what I mean? Yeah, press put that in another tab. You're damn right. You know what I mean? Share that, right? So you can see it right there. This right here, I shall bring it up. This is how the heathens wrote. This was their written language called cuneiform, right? This was the language from the time of what we're reading about in Esther. Right? They wrote things in this way. What did it say about cuneiform again?
Has been found in an undated cuneiform text.
So go back a little bit.
Come.
Yep.
External proof.
External proof, meaning this. So the book of Esther is not written in cuneiform. If it was written in cuneiform, then they'd have a point. You see what I'm saying? The book of Esther was written in some Hebrew. All right. But other things that support this evidence. Remember, you always need witnesses to prove a thing. And they said they found other witnesses in cuneiform that supports this. Go ahead, kind of thought.
Of Mordecai has been found in an undated cuneiform text, which mentions a certain Mordecai, Marduka.
The cuneiform mentions their own cuneiform records speak about Mordecai, right? An Israelite from one of the tribes, tribe of Benjamin. Read.
Khan, who was a high official at the Persian court of Shushan.
There we go. So there you go. So if you ever wanted proof about the book of Esther, this is it right here. If you ain't know, we just read it to you. You see what I'm saying? Any more there? Kind of thought?
Khan, sir.
Oh, it's lucky, Aisha, right? You got 5 minutes. Go ahead, kind of thought.
During the reign of Xerxes, and even before that, under Darius the First, this text came from Bathsheba, and is the first reference to Mordecai outside the Bible.
There we go. So you got records from Mordecai and Xerxes about not Mordecai, Xerxes and Darius, right? With other records, the water for that kind of stuff, right? The water. You know what I mean? That Mordecai existed. You know what I mean? All right, good. Anything you want to say, Aisha? I know sister want to say something.
Go ahead, sis.
What reference is that in the Zorian
book?
Yeah.
You want to just go to Esther.
Esther?
There's going to be two Esthers, right? One
Mhm.
says Esther and then one says Esther, book of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just read through all. Just go to the part where it says Esther, book of, and that's what we just read. You know what I mean?
Yeah, turn that off, sis.
Yeah, just put it on mute or turn it down, all right? Turn it all the way down. So right, sis, it's okay.
So just to wind this down, after that, she went in, the king held out the golden scepter. She set up a banquet. He asked her what she wanted. She said, I want to have a banquet, just you and Haman. Set up the banquet. As the king, the next night couldn't sleep, he had them bring out the book of records and read to him from the chronicles, from his own history, while he couldn't sleep. They read the story where Mordecai had actually told him about two of his servants that were plotting against him, plotting to kill him. Mordecai had it revealed to him. The two servants were put to death, so Mordecai saved his life. When he heard this, he said, what did we do to honor this Mordecai? They said, nothing. He said, he brought in Haman and said, well, what would you do if you wanted to honor somebody? The king, I want to honor somebody. What would you do? Haman thought he was talking about him, so he started telling him, "Oh, you should give him the king's horse and the king's robe and the king's crown.
Right.
Send a parade through the streets."
He's thinking about what he should do for himself.
Yeah.
I think JD Vance is the same way.
Yeah.
I keep saying that JD Vance is the same way.
He would.
You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Go ahead, Shaw.
And so then the king said, "Do it to Mordecai." And you should have seen his face fall when you could just imagine his face drop when he heard from Mordecai, the one person he hated that burned him up inside. Now he had to go put these clothes on Mordecai and do it. So he did this. He ran the parade. They came back. He can already see it's not going well. So he comes home, tells his wife, tells his friends. They say, "Well, look, you gotta cheer yourself up. Have a gallows built 50 cubits high and have him hang before you even go in to see the king." So he has the gallows built. While he's having it built, they call him into the banquet. Man, he goes to the banquet. He goes in, and Esther, this is the moment that she's going to reveal Haman's plot against her people. She says it in such a way that's like, there's somebody that's trying to kill my people, and the king already has favor towards her. This is the queen that he loves, and he hears this, and he's like, "What? Who would think to do such a thing? We have to get rid of him. Who is this?" And she says, "It's Haman right there." And now the king.
There's a similar thing going on right now where they were saying like, people always accuse Amalekites of wanting to rule the world. I think Hitler was saying something like to that effect in over there in Europe. About they got plots to take over the world and be the kings of the earth, and they did the same thing with America. What's the name who got unalived on camera? JFK, right? Because of something I know you know more than me about JFK and the plot, and they wanted to control the country. If you bring any recollection of that, Aisha. You can break it down. I can't remember it. But I know you mentioned something one time.
Break it down.
You know what I mean? But I think it might be Yawa in Atlanta who was saying, they wanted to have the Amalekites wanted to take over power in America per se. You know what I mean? And the unalived JFK on camera as a part of that. If I'm right.
I can't verify all that.
Okay. No problem. But there's something going on. You know what I mean? They for sure controlling Trump. You know what I mean? They ruling over Trump. You know what I'm saying? The Epstein files is going quiet. Since Trump, the Epstein files is now the Clinton files. You see what I'm saying? Because Donald Trump is working. He's allowed the Israelis to be his commander now. You know what I mean? So they're very much the same way. You know what I mean? And as a matter of fact, the Amalekites been doing that same thing to us. Building gallows, well, for us it's prisons.
Right.
Build prisons everywhere for us.
Right.
Build music to make us do things to go to prison. You see what I'm saying? Create feminism and all kind of stuff. So your woman can carry the prison. Drugs can carry the prison. You know what I mean? Violence against your own brother will carry the prison. You know these Israeli guns called the Heckle and Koch. You see what I'm saying? The Uzi, which is an Israeli weapon that you've been busting on the street of Brooklyn and Compton. You see what I'm saying? Those carry to prison. You see what I'm saying? So they've been doing the same thing. We've had gallows made for us. See what I'm saying? No problem. But we know who the gallows needs to be in them gallows and prisons. You see what I'm saying? Men with tunnels under the ground everywhere. You see what I'm saying? Men who unaliving babies on Epstein Islands. You see what I'm saying? Come on, Aisha.
Absolutely. So they built the gallows. He was brought to the feast. She puts him on the spot. Said, "This is the guy." The king gets up. He walks out to the garden, processing it, thinking about what he's gonna do. Damn, that's my main man. I gotta get rid of him. Try to do this to my wife. Comes back in. While he walks out, Mordecai realizes he sees the writing on the wall, starts begging and pleading with Esther to the point where she's back away. She ends up on the bed. He's begging her. King walks in, sees him chasing her onto the bed. Says, "What, are you gonna break my wife in front of me too?"
Yikes.
As soon as he hears that, you know how you on Shamar sometimes you see something you don't even need to hear to get the word. You see it reach that point. They said as soon as he heard that word, the guards put the bag on his head.
Yep.
And took him out. And they put him on the gallows that he built for Mordecai. King gave Esther his ring to send out a decree that we had the full right, that anybody who wanted to touch us on that day, that we had the full right to do whatever we wanted to them. And the scriptures describe the incredible carnage when we slaughtered anybody who was stupid enough to try it.
Tucker Carlson wants to do that right now.
He wished he could.
Tucker Carlson wants to put a bag over there right now. He knows about some things about what they've been doing in this country to the population.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? So white people right now, if they're the Chamberlains, they want to bag some Agagites' heads right now, some Amalekites' heads right now. Sister Raya, you got something to say? You got a question?
Why is it that billions are in this country and they can't stop Donald Trump from doing what he's doing? Why they letting him do it?
Because he has the authority. He has the right. By however the system works, he has the authority. I mean, so of course, people have tried to take his life. Billions mean nothing. It's just money. Billions to do what? To kill him?
No, not to kill him. Just get him out of office.
Right. So that's why people a lot of white people around the country. I'm saying white people because it's really them that care about this more than anything. Right? They're always pointing to the midterm elections because they got to go by the system. See what I'm saying? You can go by the system, or you can go through what they call jungle justice, which is what people have tried to do, trying to take his life with jungle justice. The way of the jungle. You see what I'm saying? But other than that, the system, they go for the midterm, and Trump is worried about being impeached. So he's doing this war to get out of the Epstein files and to tone down ICE, right? And that's, these things he's hoping to sway people's minds, but people are not looking at they being swayed. But he's trying to convince people that we needed to do this because Iran was doing this and Iran was going to do it first, he said. You know what I mean? And he's hoping that the Amalekites would change people's mind in America some way, somehow, with whatever propaganda they're going to put out to keep him in office. And he wants the Epstein files over him. You see, billions of dollars have been put into the Epstein files. You see what I'm saying? People have been trying to get him out. People have been trying. You see what I'm saying? But it's more than money. There's a system. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Asha.
So we're gonna wind this down. This was the reversal of everything.
If I could, right?
Of everything.
One more thing. You know what I mean? And what America's doing with trying to impeach Trump is a good example. You have to go the right route or route. Which do y'all say here? Route or route? You have to go the right. You have to go the right route to do things. You cannot go around, the instructed route of doing things. If you have a beef with a brother, you can't do things your own way. You have to go the route that Christ said. You have to go to him and him alone. If he doesn't hear you, you don't go your own way. You have to go the right route in doing things. You got to call for a trespass counsel. That's the 2 and 3 witnesses. You have to go the right route. If there's something you want to do in the school, like, you want to do some work in the school, you have to go to the department. If you want the Lord to be with you, you have to go the right route. You have to do things the right way. You cannot do things your own way. If you're a young man, you're also 50, and you want to have you want to see a camp in the place, you can't just get up on your own and just do things your own way. You have to go the right route so the Lord can honor it. You see what I'm saying? For our way. You have to do the way that the Lord will honor. You see what I'm saying? Okay, good. All right. Go ahead, Asha. My bad.
No, that's all on point. And everything was sorted out. We were delivered by the Most High. It was because Esther had the courage to stand up. More courage than most our people have today in this hell. They just want to be comfortable in America.
Oh, right. Oh, one more thing, Asha. My bad. If you want to borrow money from another brother in the school, you have to get permission from the school first. You cannot just do things your own way. You have to contact the Treasury Department because that's the right route. You're not allowed to put another brother in debt for you. You see what I'm saying? And then you can't pay him back, and he has his debt, and he gets in trouble with his finances based on lending you some money that he the kind of kindness of his heart made him do. You put that man in a situation, and then you're still in a situation because you didn't go the right route.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You got to go the right route. All right, for the Lord to be with you. All right.
That we have made another Purim. Next high holy day is the Lord's Passover.
Right.
Can't wait to see all of y'all in Houston, Texas.
Right.
1 month from now, we're gonna be there, and we're gonna celebrate the Lord delivering us from our enemies again.
One more thing about the right route. Mordecai looked to get authority in Persia by going the right route. He didn't say we're gonna overthrow the government. we're gonna run up. We're gonna run up in the Persian capital hill. The capital hill. He said, look, the king of Persia. He's about to have he's looking for a new wife. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna get up in there and we're gonna get up in his ear with you. We're gonna go the right route, and it happens. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Gave our people power in that place, and Persia and Muhammad. We want power in this place too. We want power in America before this place falls. You see what I'm saying? We want power. We want a voice to bring the truth out in America before this place falls. You see what I'm saying? So a young man and a young officer in the UPK, it is your duty to go get power in this place. Go to your local, what do they call it again? Go to your local community board. You see, get involved with your city. You see what I'm saying? You're a priest of the Most High. Go be the Mordecai in your zone. Go be the Mordecai in your city. Kind of thought you gotta go be the Mordecai in the Bronx from the tribe of Simeon, because there's a lot of Simeonites in the Bronx. You gotta go up there. You see what I'm saying? And find these people and go to the community board meetings and go to the town hall and see what's going on and see if you can get up in there through the right route. Right. You understand? Right. And don't be afraid either. You see what I'm saying? The Lord can use you or the Lord can use somebody else. You see what I'm saying? All right, no problem. Don't be scared of. we do it too. You know what I mean? We go to community board meetings and all that. You know what I mean? I told me Shaka was down there with Mayor Eric Adams. You know, ain't taking no picture with him, but you know, we was in there doing work. You see what I'm saying? He said, we want to get gun violence down. No problem. Guess what we did? Have a camp about gun violence. You see what I mean? We already had that in our route. You know what I mean? And that's lucky. I know we wrapping up, right? But the water, all right? Or that shot.
And that's the bottom line. It's a beautiful story, and it's about having the courage to stand on your square, to take the opportunities that's presented to you, and serve the Most High. That, yeah, shalom.
Right, that's it. Shalom.